Funnily enough, I actually recorded a whole reaction video for Gotchard, and I never do that. But I thought this would be the show that I would have a lot of reaction to because it has a lot of aspects that I like. The suit's cool. It's based on cards, and I'm just a ginormous trading card game guy. Everything just seemed like it was gonna line up for me, and I'll just speed up everything. That was my reaction. Well, that was Kamen Rider Gotchard.
That was fun.
Fun.
Yeah.
This is probably going to come off like extremely cynical, and I promise you it's not. This is not overly negative or anything like that. I probably should have turned off my AC before I started recording. I promise you I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not trying to be cynical or anything. In fact, Gotchard was fine. It was good. It was a lot of fun. My wife actually really thought Gotchard was fun, and she doesn't normally watch Kamen Rider. She watches other tokusatsu, but this is like her first Kamen Rider, and it was a lot of fun. And I don't try to set my expectations too high anymore, at least for the Reiwa era. I try to set them at least like, I know it's going to be a fine show, it's going to be good. So let's actually sit down, watch the first episode, make a video about it, have a reaction, try to do everything you can to keep up with the YouTube algorithm and try to have a video out pretty much every other week. So here's Gotchard. Am I getting old? Is that it? Am I just getting old? Do I just not want to watch Kamen Rider anymore? Is that it? So for every single one of these, this is not a review video. I'm not reviewing Gotchard. I'm simply talking about my thoughts, initial impressions, and things outside of the show, my personal thoughts and feelings during this time, and maybe things will change later down in the future. But for right now, let's get into it, and let me talk about Gotchard for however long YouTube needs me to. So as I've been saying, I'm a ginormous TCG guy. I mean, just cards in general. I have these Kamen Rider cards. I have like the Power Rangers cards. I have some signed cards. I have Yu-Gi-Oh! I should have brought my other cards out, but I love everything card related. This is a card signed by Ren Kiriyama, Kamen Rider Joker. So this is my treasure. So, you know, I was just super excited for Gotchard, and then I watched it and it was fine. It was a fine show. I wish I could say more other than it was good. The visuals were a little wonky, but the action was cool. The suit's cool. The ideas for it are cool. In some ways, I don't know the point of this video other than, man, I wish I could talk more about Gotchard because everything just lines up for it to be so cool to me. And then here we are. I think one thing is that I'm not really feeling the hype around it. And I've been watching Kamen Rider for forever, and every year there's always some kind of hype. But for Gotchard, for some reason, I haven't really been feeling it. Even on social media, I haven't, in my personal timeline, I haven't been seeing too many people like just gush over Gotchard. Maybe like a handful, but not the usual that I see. And of course, again, that's just my timeline. Yours could be celebrating Gotchard 24/7, and it's Gotchard like Sundays or whatever. But for me personally, I just haven't really been seeing it aside from like one or two people. Oh man, am I gonna like say this here now? Has it been obvious? I haven't been keeping up with Kamen Rider in a long time. I think Geats is like Geats was like the last show, and then everything else I just have only been watching things once they're done. But Geats is the only one I've been keeping up with. Kind of. It's just hard to keep up with things, and I know a lot of you would feel that same way too. I even made a video about Tokusatsu burnout. Although I don't feel like this is burnout because I am still watching King Oger. I haven't caught up, but I'm still watching through King Oger. I watch Blazar with my wife every single Friday. I am hyped for Blazar Fridays every time, and I just love coming home from work with like a pizza or something, and we watch Blazar together. It's one of my favorite moments. I'm really into Ultraman this year more than Sentai and Kamen Rider, although Sentai is still pretty up there. I think I'm just talking to the camera at this point to really get my thoughts together. I guess Gotchard isn't for me. So one thing that's been going through my mind the whole time while I was watching through Gotchard with my wife was, man, it's been a long time since I was in high school. Is that weird? Because like I like Forza. I think Forza is one of the most fun seasons. And then when I saw Gotchard and they were going through the high school stuff, I was like, well, I'm not Japanese. I'm not in high school. It seems fun, but I don't think I'll really be watching Gotchard until I get to it for History of Kamen Rider or Legacy of Kamen Rider. Is that weird? I hope not. And to be even more honest, I don't think I'm gonna have a Gotchard discussion or early discussion either. I know Will and a few other my other friends were bringing it up, but I just I'm not feeling it. Like if we do it, I probably won't say anything outside of the intro, and the rest of them just talks. And of course, I'm not talking about this just so the comment section can be like, "Oh, it's okay, Marcosatsu. We feel the same way." This is just like I said in the beginning. This is me just talking to the camera about my thoughts and feelings so far. I've got Gotchard. I think one feeling I've been having is just been through the whole Reiwa era. It's so I mean I wanted to make a video about this at one point, but I couldn't articulate my thoughts well enough to actually put it together. I'm really feeling like a Togu boomer at this point. I am really feeling it in like the worst way possible. I think I understand how Showa boomers act now. Because I'm sure you've seen a comment or a comment before that was like, Kamen Rider is so different today. But because back in the Showa era, they were supposed to be like this and this. And I'm kind of feeling that with Reiwa. I think I said that during like the Saber discussion at one point. So I'm going to give myself the one. I don't know what I mean by this, but I'm saying it. This is the one for the video. I think I'm going to be a Heisei guy forever. That and that's it. I don't know what I mean by that, but I said it. I have the Desire Driver. I like it. It is a cool toy. It is my favorite belt of all time, actually. I made a video about it, that this is actually my favorite belt ever. Okay, I think me talking to the camera finally brought a point to this video. I think I finally realized the Reiwa era hasn't been for me so far. And of course, it doesn't have to be. I'm not the only viewer out of like the millions, billions of viewers that Kamen Rider is going to have for the rest of his life. But me, Marcosatsu, as a guy who watches toku shows, who loves Kamen Rider, and who loves just talking about this stuff on the internet to like thousands of people, me, Marcosatsu, I'm not feeling Reiwa Rider. And that's okay. The Heisei era will always be there with their shows. I can always just go back and watch an episode of Fives or Hibiki. Actually, I have been rewatching Hibiki because it is a very good show. It is still my top 3 favorite Kamen Rider. Hibiki, Build, and Amazons. They're still my favorite Kamen Riders of all time. I like 01. I think Saber is actually a good show now. I think Geats also a very, very fantastic show. But I'm probably never going to watch them again. Thankfully, because I took notes as I watched them this time so I can write them down for Legacy of Kamen Rider. Thankfully, I don't have to rewatch them again. This might be the only time I really bring it up. And that might disappoint a lot of you because I know a lot of you are here on this channel watching for a reason. But that also gives other content creators to shine, especially up and coming ones, especially ones if you want to start a channel. You can start with Gotchard. I think Gotchard is a really neat way to start Kamen Rider. You have a lot to talk about. You have all the cards. You see on my end. There's actually cards here, but you have all the cards. You can talk about the show and theories and all that. And I think that'll be really cool. But for me, I think I'll take a step back this year, and I probably won't even watch another episode. My wife said she's down to watch more, but I don't think I am. If I do watch more, it will only be because someone paid me money to watch it, maybe. But until then, I think I'll leave Gotchard behind until I make Legacy of Kamen Rider Gotchard in like 10 years or something. I don't know. I still got Showa to think about. Wow, I think this helped a lot. I think I really like just sitting down here and just without a script and just being like, oh wow, what do I really think? Well, what's beneath the Gotchard thoughts that I really want to get out there? It's kind of therapeutic, actually. So I hope you enjoyed me rambling about nothing. I hope you enjoyed me talking about something minor in this world that we call life, and enjoy the rest of your day. And I hope you enjoy Gotchard. Just because I don't really want anything to do with it anymore doesn't mean you have to either. If you're loving Gotchard, Heart for you, and I hope you enjoy it more.
That was okay. It seemed like you were having more fun with it than I was.
I thought it was fun.